today we're talking about bad advice. We're gonna tell you the worst advice we've ever received about our hair.
The worst advice.
The worst advice.
The worst curly hair advice.
The worst advice. The worst hair advice I've ever received was that you're supposed to use the bobby pin with the straight part facing down, when actually it's the other way around. You're supposed to use the rigid part facing downward towards your scalp. So whenever you pin in your hair, it bends with your hair.
Worst advice I received about curly hair was to brush it every day.
The worst advice I ever received about natural hair is probably that I should be detangling it with a deadman brush. I don't know if you can see how tight my curls are, but them little teeth in the deadman brush is not really good for this.
The worst curly hair advice I ever received was to cut bangs. This was bad because I have 3A curls, and when I cut them short, they went in every which way direction. The worst advice I ever got was brush your hair. For all the people who saw me as a little kid running around with messy hair, they would say, brush your hair, it looks messy. But brushing curly hair when it's dry only makes it bigger, frizzier, 10 times worse, so never brush your hair.
Worst advice I've ever received was to straighten my hair for an interview. And everybody's like, you should straighten your hair because it's big. But after a while, I was like, this is not good for my self-esteem. So I went ahead and just wore my hair curly, and now I work for Naturally Curly.
Probably to use like a fine tooth comb on my 4C hair. No, that didn't work.
The worst advice I've ever received is to use 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner instead of separate shampoo and conditioner.
The worst advice I've ever received is to oil my scalp because I have seborrheic dermatitis, and so my scalp actually overproduces oil. The past, I don't know, 10 plus years, I've been oiling it up, watch it all flake up, and yeah, so. All right, so now you've heard all the terrible things that people have told us about our hair. What have people told you about your hair? Leave us a message in the comments below. Thanks for watching, bye.